Okay, let's go. We need shoulder pads, shirts, football. Oh, can't forget the helmet, gloves, sneakers. Guess I'm ready. Hello, welcome to mslaw.edu. So you think women don't, won't, or can't play tackle football? Don't tell Dana Spaulding, CFO and game day manager of the New York Sharks. She'll tell you just how many women's teams and leagues there are. There's around 100 spread across 3 leagues. Our league is the Independent Women's Football League, the IWFL. They have been around since 2002. And then there is the WFA and I can't remember the acronym for the other one, but it's a Women's Spring Football League, I think it is, so WSFL. I think is what it is.
Tell us about the role that you play within the Sharks organization.
I've played several roles. I've been with the Sharks since 2001, where I started as a player for 4 years. I was 37 when I found out about it. So I looked at my watch literally when I heard about it, and the clock was ticking, and I ran out there and I tried out and made the team.
Do you have sponsors?
We do have sponsors, but we have knocked on the doors of so many major corporations, sports companies, that sort of thing. We've had little bits of interest. Maybe they contribute footballs for the league that we're in, or maybe they contribute some jerseys to a team. But getting it to take hold on a really large scale where we really see the financial benefits of it on a broad scale still hasn't happened yet. So the women have to raise money to play, our players. So they go out and they knock on doors of businesses, and we offer advertising in various forms in exchange for whatever they may pay that player.
Women work full-time jobs. Many of them have families and other lives, and they do this part-time because they love it. Yet men make millions and millions of dollars, and you wonder, when will that ever change? When will women be able to sustain themselves simply by playing football? Will it happen?
I don't know if it'll happen, but in my view, having been involved with this for 15 years, when society's view changes of what women should be doing, I can't stand the word should. I try to remove it from my vocabulary because to me that's a limiting word to tell girls they can, or men they can or can't do something, or should or shouldn't do something. But I think once we can start getting more of the message out to teaching girls they can do anything they want to, and getting society to embrace the idea, I think embracing the idea of women playing such a hard-hitting contact sport is where the problem lies. And that takes a while to change that. So, like anything else, when you change people's hearts and minds, but it can happen slowly when it comes to something like that.
Tell us about Fins Up Foundation. What is your purpose? What do you try to accomplish?
Well, our foundation was established in 2003 by the New York Sharks women's professional football team's owner, Andrew Douglas. She started the organization in 2003 as a sister organization to the New York Sharks women's tackle football team, as a means for us to do community outreach and teach our love of football to girls ages 12 to 17 is pretty much our demographic. And we like to share our love of football through clinics like this today, where we're teaching the girls how to play. Honest to God, we're doing some recruiting too for the
I was
older
going
ones.
to say, you're doing more than teach them.
I'd be lying if I said we weren't. And so, we've got some athletes out here. So we try to teach them some life skills too while they're here today. So it's not just about football, but we try to focus on the things that they have the opportunity to learn while playing a team sport like football, about how to get along and that sort of thing.
Every year, the New York Sharks, along with Fins Up Foundation for Female Athletics, host a football camp for girls. That's where we found defensive linebacker Tia Hopkins, who's also the general manager of the Sharks. She explains how she got started playing tackle football.
Well, I actually started playing tackle football because I was out of college. I played basketball in high school, and I just missed that team camaraderie, just having women around me that were like-minded. And a friend of mine joined the Miami team and told me that I should come try out. And so I went to a tryout, and that was in 2003, and I've never looked back. And what keeps me in it is just the women, just like-minded women with a common goal, just passionate about the same thing, and the relationships you build in this sport. Like the dynamic of women that are together, they would just never be together if it weren't for football. So it's just great, and it's just kind of hard to walk away from.
Comment on today. What is your role here and what are you contributing or getting out of the day?
Today with the girls camp with the Fins Up Foundation, it's just really, for me, letting girls know that there's something else out there, making them aware of women's football. My role today, I'm running one of the stations along with another one of my teammates that plays linebacker also, and I feel like through sports you can also communicate life skills to these young girls. So, you know, yes, we're showing them football drills and getting them focused on the game, but we're also giving them life skills. Like, you have to work hard and you can't quit, and if you want to be good at something you have to stay at it. And they seem to be getting it, and I like it because one or two of these girls are gonna get inspired by this, and it's, also one or two girls are gonna have their lives changed today. And I might not ever know who they are, but just to know that that's gonna happen is enough for me.
When you're no longer playing, which I think for you is going to be a lot of years from now. But
that's nice of you.
When you are no longer playing, will football still remain a part of your life, either in administration of football or maybe even officiating?
Yes, I cannot see myself walking away from this game. I mean, it's been a part of my life for 6 to 8 months out of my life every year for the past 10 years. So without football, I really don't know, one, where I would be in my life right now and what I would do going forward. So I do plan to remain on with the Sharks as the general manager. I've been approached and told that I should look into coaching, that I'd be a good coach. Officiating is not something I've considered, but with the NFL here and speaking with some of the referees, it sounds really interesting, and it might be something that I would look into also.
From coming here, I think I want to probably try out for the Sharks.
Wow.
So maybe I can be able to play with them.
What benefits do you get from playing football?
You learn how to think more critically on your feet. You think on your feet, and you work as a team member. Also, like for me, last year I was a quarterback, so I learned how to be in a leadership position.
Yep.
And also learn the game.
What has been the best part of today?
I think definitely the drills that we've done. My favorite drill was when we had to receive with the quarterback. That was really cool because I got to throw the ball, and even though I was really nervous, I got to throw it, and I was really excited about that because I played quarterback on my team last year. And also I liked when we had to do the sliding and shuffling drills and then drop down to the floor and then jump back up and then happy feet and all that.
I need a hat, shirt, whistle.
Hi, welcome back. Well, tackle football just wasn't for me. I'm too small. But officiating football games, I really think that I can do that.
Just after college, I decided to work some Christian Athlete Ministries camps, and the coaches had to officiate games as well for the kids.
Okay.
And right there I was like, that seems like a good direction to go. So from that point forward, I actually kind of changed my direction from coaching to officiating, and was thinking basketball officiating, but I did have a passion and a love for the sport of football, so I asked a friend of mine, would it be crazy if I tried football officiating? And he said, absolutely not. And I did both for a long time, and then just decided that football was my first love when it came to officiating.
Did you have to work hard to fit in with the men, or did you fit in naturally?
Kind of always been a person that got along good with men in general. Have a lot of friends, a lot of business associates that are men. You do have to work, you still got to, no matter what, you have to keep that level of professionalism, because there's differences obviously between men and women, and you got some locker room situations and things like that, which, some women, act like they're just one of the guys. Well, I am, but I'm still a professional and I'm still a lady. And I don't ever want that to be lost in being just one of the guys, so to speak. So, matter of fact, my license plate says Lady Ref, and I say it's because I'm a referee, but I'm a lady first. So everybody calls me Lady Ref. So.
Anise Candy battled cancer 3 times in 1. What does officiating and cancer have in common?
It's a battle, because for a woman in football, officiating, it's not girl-friendly. It's definitely not girl-friendly, and the men are not receptive to coaches. They weren't receptive at all to a woman coming in to do what they call a male's job.
But you know it's changing because look around us today.
Well, thank God, because I think I was the one to get beat up on, and now the door is open.
Which is good.
Which is great. When I was diagnosed of having breast cancer, then I said, wow. Then my godfather, which is Tyson Jones, said, why don't you just go and officiate football? And that was just so funny. I was like, this is the biggest joke in the world. They're not going to have a woman come out here and tell them what to do in a male's arena. So he said, we're not worrying about that. We're not worrying about that. We're worrying about your life. And the funny thing about it was, actually, in one of the first meeting, they thought I was there as a wife to one of the husbands coming to the meeting.
But of course.
Then I had my name on the roll call. And when they called my name, the guys stopped the roll call. I said here, stood up, like they said. And when I said here, they was like, wait a minute. You came to officiate? I said, yes, that's the first. I said, okay. And then they said, we're not officiating with a woman. And that's when my battle started. Fighting cancer as well as fighting to have my place, as well as, you know, do the same as what they were doing, applying rules.
Discuss today's event.
Today's event is one of the greatest. I am so happy. I'm so happy to see this because I didn't know it was that many women, you know. I often say that we should do a women's camp for women officials. And for this is the greatest thing because when I started, I was the only one, and that was 94, basically, and I had a hard time. I mean, I got beat up on or whatever, and I laugh about it, but they was like, okay, you're going to be the trailblazer. You're going to be the one to open the door. But getting the respect that we all can do the same, you know. What's the big problem? You know, what's the male dominancy in this? I don't see it. I couldn't see it. And, you know, even though they try to make you see that it's a male sport, okay, everybody plays sports, and we all have played football, or, you know, many have and still do.
This year, the NFL Football Officiating Academy joined the Sharks and the Fins Up Foundation at their annual football camp for girls. The purpose was to introduce the girls to their One officiating program.
One, Women Officiating Now is an arm of the Football Officiating Academy. Yes. The Academy, as you know, it trains youth officials. So we hold programs. But what we found was that women and young females, they weren't really retaining. They weren't moving on to officiate. And we had low numbers as far as recruitment. So One was created. And so when we launched here at the 9th annual flag football camp, the goal was to plant the seed with girls who are already connected to the game.
Yeah, and what a terrific job and idea. I mean, a lot of excitement.
Oh, we're very excited about it because it provides the girls with an opportunity of staying connected in the way that they may not have known that they could.
How, besides a program like today, can we best broaden the pool of female applicants to officiating?
It's exactly like programs that we have today. It has to start at the grassroots level. We have to plant the seed with the young female student athletes. We also have to showcase women who are already officiating so that the young girls can relate to women who are in stripes. And then those women who are at the top of their field in officiating, we have to make sure that they're seen by the masses, that press gets to them, that they're at our games, and that they're engaging on a national level through professional leagues like the NFL.
Okay, let's go. We need shoulder pads, shirts, football. Oh, can't forget the helmet, gloves, sneakers. Guess I'm ready. Hello, welcome to mslaw.edu. So you think women don't, won't, or can't play tackle football? Don't tell Dana Spaulding, CFO and game day manager of the New York
Women's Spring Football League, I think it is, so WSFL, I think is what it is.
Tell us about the role that you play within the Sharks organization.
I've played several roles. I've been with the Sharks since 2001, where I started as a player for 4 years. I was 37 when I found out about it, so I looked at my watch literally when I heard about it, and the clock was ticking, and I ran out there.
Sharks. She'll tell you just how many women's teams and leagues there are.
There's around 100 spread across 3 leagues. Our league is the Independent Women's Football League, the IWFL. They have been around since 2002. And then there is the WFA and I can't remember the acronym for the other one, but it's and I tried out and made the team.
Do you have sponsors?
We do have sponsors, but we have knocked on the doors of so many major corporations, you know, sports companies, that sort of thing. We've had little bits of interest. Maybe they contribute footballs for the league that we're in, or maybe they contribute some jerseys to a team, but getting it to take